I loved the first round of the 2025 NBA playoffs for one simple reason. Beef is back. Halliburton vs. Lillard, Giannis vs. Mathurin, Porter Jr. vs. Nesmith, Trent Jr. vs. Siakam, Siakam vs. Portis, Gobert vs. LeBron, Murray vs. Powell, Gordon vs. Harden, Harden vs. Braun, Braun vs. Dunn, Hart vs. Schroeder, Reed vs. Towns, Towns vs. Harris, Towns vs. Holland, Brunson vs. Cunningham, Brown vs. KCP, Horford vs. Carter Jr., Spencer vs. Şengün, Draymond Green vs. the entire Houston Rockets. You got players calling each other dirty, players calling each other out by name, players making fun of each other's painted fingernails. All thanks to the increased level of physicality being allowed in these games, the most I've seen in a while. Whether they're fighting for rebounds or fighting for every positional inch, I feel like I've been transported to the late 2000s. So how did we get here? For those that missed it or need a quick reminder, the seeds for this year were planted last year. After the 2024 All-Star break, the whole NBA world took notice that the game was being called drastically different than the first half of the season. Calling ticky-tack fouls and offensive foul hunting were reduced. More defensive physicality was allowed. Overnight, the game was suddenly different, without any warning or public announcement. The groundswell over the change was so loud that Commissioner Adam Silver came out after the season and finally addressed the sudden change in officiating. The 2025 regular season was more of the same, but the 2025 postseason physicality, it's a different beast entirely. And again, I love it, but there are issues. First, I want to make it very clear. I want animosity, not hate, physicality, not injuries, and consistency above all. Even though I'm enjoying the hell out of this year's playoffs, the way the NBA game suddenly changes completely once the calendar hits spring isn't ideal. If you're going to allow this level of physicality, allow it for the whole year. If not, then you have to keep it consistent. Because right now, the regular season and postseason feel like two completely different types of basketball. But at the same time, I do understand why the NBA does this. Players around the league already drop like flies. And you want to add this level of physicality for 82 games?
Good luck.
The second problem is, as a referee, you can't call everything. You don't want the game to become a free throw contest. And when you allow players to constantly scrap, with one physical play being called a foul, and then a similar play not being called, that inconsistency becomes unavoidable, and the byproduct is controversy, as the Pistons found out in a pivotal Game 4. But those are problems out of our control, and for another day, so let's focus on what's going on right now. Because from a spectator point of view, this is f***ing awesome. I prescribe to the idea that the league as a whole is currently the most skilled as it's ever been. And then you add a level of physicality reminiscent of the league's past. Right now, we are getting the best of both worlds. The level of skill today prevents us from worrying about watching rock fights. And on the other end of the spectrum, we don't feel like we're watching a glorified pickup game. Another plus, the intensity and chippiness is palpable on the court. On a drive to the basket, Jaden McDaniels inadvertently hits Luka Doncic in the face. No call is made. Play on. As Doncic rides on the court, McDaniels hits a three. And I'll leave it to the lip readers out there to tell you what McDaniels says afterward while heading back on defense. That disdain has trickled down to the fans in the arena. All the home crowds were awesome in the first round. We got multiple FU chants. You hear the cliche every year, that in the playoffs, every possession matters. This year, the crowd and the players not only made you believe it, they made you feel it. Now here's my question. Will this style of officiating continue? For the rest of the 2025 playoffs at least, it should. But just like how the game changed overnight in 2024, one wave of Adam Silver's finger, and it could change right back in 2026. All it takes is for injuries to prominent players to start to stack up, for the conversation, right or wrong, to swing the other way. Just something to keep in mind. But if you're listening, Mr. Silver, the fans, as well as myself, have spoken. My name is Kahai. Thanks for watching.
Going back and forth, did you enjoy that element of the game?
No, we're not having fun. Get me on record for this. I don't like Dylan Brooks, so we're never having fun. I'm a fierce competitor. He's a fierce competitor, but there ain't nothing fun about that.